Have you ever stopped to wonder how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? It's a question many may ask because deep down, we all yearn for affection, respect, and to be genuinely valued by those around us. But how do we achieve this? How do we earn genuine admiration, not just for superficial qualities or accomplishments, but for who we truly are at our core? Imagine every relationship as an adventure, and you are the explorer of your own self. You want to uncover the hidden treasures within your soul and share them with others. But to do that, you need a map, a path leading to understanding, connection, and ultimately love. Today, I will guide you in showing your true worth in a relationship based on 9 silent actions inspired by ancient Stoic philosophical lessons. So pay attention, for these are not mere empty pieces of advice you often hear. It's about empowering yourself in ways you may not have imagined. Get ready to shed light on the mysteries of cultivating a life filled with love and meaningful relationships, ones that are built on mutual respect and inner strength. So if you are ready to start showing your true worth and deepening your relationships, please comment proving my worth. It will let us know that you are committed to transforming your relationships through ancient wisdom. Lesson: Understanding your true worth. 1. Understanding your true worth. How does Stoicism relate to understanding your value in relationships? Stoics believed in focusing on what we have power over, and guess what? Your self-value is entirely within your grasp. It's not about how many likes you get on social media, or if someone shows interest in you. It's about how you see and appreciate yourself. Picture this. Imagine you're a gemstone. Not everyone recognizes the worth of a rare gem, right? So some might stroll past without realizing its significance. But that doesn't diminish the gem's value. It remains precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you. Your value doesn't diminish just because someone overlooks it. We've all faced rejection or felt less than enough, particularly in a world where everyone seems to be doing better than us. But here's where Stoic wisdom shines. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. And it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now. Marcus Aurelius. Your worth isn't tied to anyone else's validation. It's deeply connected to how you carry yourself, your principles, your actions. Ask yourself, are you compassionate, honest? Are you living a life that reflects your deepest values? That's where your true value lies. Stoicism encourages deep reflection on oneself. Pause and consider not just your obvious qualities, but the deeper, intrinsic traits that define you. What truly makes you unique? Embrace and honor these aspects, and you'll unearth an inner strength that is undeniably yours. Lesson 2. Present yourself with dignity. Before you start imagining a Stoic as a stern, unsmiling figure from ancient times, let's clarify something important. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or being indifferent. It's about discerning what deserves your energy and what doesn't. And guess what? The way you present yourself is worth that energy. Have you ever noticed how we sometimes go to great lengths to impress others, only to lose sight of who we really are? We change how we dress and speak, all in hopes of gaining approval. But here's the key point, and this is where our calm and wise perspective comes in. Your self-respect isn't tied to your clothing style or the trendy places you visit. It's about how you present yourself, the things you do, and the decisions you make. Imagine you're in a classroom observing 2 students giving presentations. One student is flashy, using big words and gestures to impress the audience. while the other student is composed and speaks confidently without any pretense. Which student do you think makes a lasting impression? It's often the one who is genuine and comfortable in their own skin, isn't it? This highlights the importance of presenting oneself with dignity. The Stoics, known for their philosophy of self-control and virtue, emphasize the significance of living honestly and respecting oneself. So how does this apply to dating today? It's straightforward. Be authentically yourself in all aspects of your life, including your relationships. Instead of changing who you are to impress someone, focus on being true to yourself. If you love diving into books, embrace it. If you have a strong passion for something, let it show. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about feeling at ease and self-assured in who you are, understanding that you are valuable just as you are. Have you ever stopped to wonder how to become the best version of yourself in relationships? And here's another important point: treating yourself with respect. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you're always criticizing yourself, you're essentially saying it's acceptable for others to do the same. However, when you respect yourself, value your time, energy, and emotions, you're making a bold statement. I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated accordingly. Think about what Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In relationships, it's not only about your appearance or words, it's about your responses, your demeanor in various situations. Are you reacting with desperation or dignity? Are you sacrificing your principles to blend in? Or are you staying true to yourself even if it means standing alone? This doesn't require perfection. We're all human with our flaws and awkward moments. What matters is how you deal with those moments. Do you fall apart under pressure, or do you stay strong, learn, and keep going? Let's take a moment to reflect. How can we begin to show ourselves more dignity? It could involve setting clear boundaries or refusing things that don't match our values. It might also mean treating ourselves with more compassion and respect. When you view yourself as worthy of respect, others will begin to see it too. Lesson 3. The art of nonverbal communication. Although it sounds like an old-age practice, believe me, the art of nonverbal communication is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. Picture this. You walk into a room, and instantly you can sense the atmosphere, a wave of tension, a burst of excitement, or a blanket of warmth, all without a single word being spoken. This is the remarkable power of nonverbal communication, an art that often speaks louder than words. Just as in Stoic philosophy, where actions hold more weight than mere words, mastering nonverbal cues can significantly impact how you interact with others and how they perceive you. Nonverbal communication is an intricate tapestry of facial expressions, gestures, posture, and even the distance you maintain between yourself and others. Have you ever noticed how a genuine smile can light up a room and forge an instant connection? Or how crossed arms can signal defensiveness even if the person is saying all the right things? These subtle cues convey confidence, openness, and sincerity, or conversely, insecurity and disinterest. Let's delve deeper into body language. A Stoic, composed and grounded, often exudes a calm confidence. Standing tall with shoulders back projects self-assurance and influences your mental state, making you feel more poised and in control. Eye contact is another crucial element. Maintaining it shows engagement and interest, while avoiding it can suggest evasiveness or discomfort. Consider the setting of a conversation. Are you leaning in slightly to show attentiveness, or are you physically distancing yourself, perhaps unconsciously indicating disinterest? The way you use your hands also plays a role. Open gestures signal honesty and openness, whereas fidgeting implies nervousness or deceit. The Stoics believed in living harmoniously with nature and others, and effective nonverbal communication is key to this harmony. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it, with your entire being. Next time you're in a conversation, be mindful of your nonverbal cues. Are they aligned with your words? Are they helping to convey your true message? Imagine you're in a meeting presenting an idea you're passionate about. Your words are crucial, but your nonverbal communication can either reinforce or undermine your message. A confident posture, steady eye contact, and purposeful gestures can emphasize your enthusiasm and conviction. On the other hand, slouched shoulders, avoiding eye contact, or nervous fidgeting can signal uncertainty, even if your words are compelling. Let's explore a common scenario: attending a social gathering where you know only a few people. Your nonverbal cues can help bridge the gap between strangers. A warm smile, open stance, and approachable demeanor can invite others to engage with you. Conversely, closed-off body language and lack of eye contact can create barriers. Think about the importance of nonverbal communication in relationships. In moments of conflict, words can sometimes fail us. A gentle touch, a sincere nod, or simply being fully present can convey understanding and empathy more powerfully than words alone. In the same vein, nonverbal cues can also help in building trust. When your body language aligns with your words, you demonstrate consistency and reliability, core tenets of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom extends to our nonverbal reactions as well. In challenging situations, maintaining composed body language can reflect inner strength and resilience. Whether you're facing criticism or navigating a difficult conversation, your nonverbal response can convey dignity and self-control, hallmarks of Stoic virtue. The art of nonverbal communication is not about manipulation, but about authentic expression. When your nonverbal cues align with your intentions, you communicate with clarity and sincerity, embodying the Stoic virtues of honesty and integrity. This alignment not only enhances your interactions, but also builds trust and respect, both for yourself and from others. Mastering nonverbal communication is a journey of self-awareness and mindful practice. By paying attention to your body language and aligning it with your values, you can enhance your ability to connect with others meaningfully and authentically. As you continue to develop this skill, you'll find that your interactions become richer, your relationships deeper, and your ability to live in accordance with Stoic principles stronger. Remember, it's not just about the words you speak, but how you speak them, with every aspect of your being. Be ready to walk away. Lesson 4. Be ready to walk away. In Stoicism, there's a powerful idea about letting go, not in a distant or uncaring manner, but by understanding what we can change and what we cannot. One of the most empowering actions we can take is deciding whether to stay or walk away from a situation that doesn't align with our well-being. This becomes particularly significant in relationships. We've all experienced this, haven't we? Being in a place where we know we deserve better, yet we choose to stay. It could be the fear of loneliness, the fear of change, or simply holding on to hope for improvement. But here's where Stoicism steps in. Real strength comes from realizing that we have the power to stay or leave situations that go against our principles, and we can opt for a different path. This doesn't imply that you should give up as soon as things get tough. Relationships require effort, understanding, and time. However, it's crucial to understand your self-worth and principles so profoundly that when something fundamentally contradicts them, you're prepared to move on. It's about having that inner resilience, that stoic courage to affirm, I respect myself too much to settle for less than I deserve. Let's dig deeper into this idea. Being prepared to leave a situation is all about respecting yourself. It means sticking to what you believe in and knowing your own value. It doesn't always have to be a big, dramatic exit. Sometimes it's a quiet choice, a peaceful realization that this isn't the right fit for you. Sure, it can be scary. I understand that feeling. The uncertain future can be intimidating. But think about our Stoic pals. They showed us the importance of facing challenges with bravery and accepting life's uncertainties. It's about understanding that sometimes the bravest action is to let go of something that doesn't align with your path. This perspective can transform everything. When you're in a relationship and realize that you're there because it reflects your values, not because you're afraid to leave, it's a game changer. It shifts the whole dynamic. You're not staying out of desperation or fear. You're staying because it's your genuine choice. And here's the key point. When you bravely step away from what doesn't benefit you, you create space for what does. It's like decluttering the past to welcome in the future. It's about having faith that there are better things waiting for you and giving yourself the opportunity to discover them. Let's remember that being prepared to move on isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about valuing and caring for ourselves sufficiently to say, I deserve something better. It's about embodying Stoicism when challenges arise, understanding that our value isn't dependent on anyone or anything else. We've passed halfway through the video, so thank you for sticking with us. We want you to stay until the end, as the next lessons are even more important. If you found value in our video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below. This signals to YouTube that you enjoy this type of content, which in turn helps us produce more of it. Not sure what to comment? Simply type, "Proving my worth," to let us know this video made an impact on you. Lesson 5. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries silently. Stoicism teaches that actions are more important than words. The Stoics believed in showing what you believe through your actions, especially when setting boundaries in relationships. Talking about your boundaries is one thing, but showing them through your actions is far more powerful. Think about it. Saying, I won't accept mistreatment is easy, but the real test comes when you actually face such behavior. Will you stick to your boundary, or will you compromise? True strength is shown through actions, not just words. This isn't always easy, especially when emotions are involved. However, the Stoics remind us that we have control over how we respond to situations. If someone crosses a boundary, it's your reaction that truly sets and enforces that boundary, not just what you say. For example, let's say honesty is very important to you. If someone lies to you, how you respond in that moment shows how serious you are about your boundaries. You might choose to calmly address the issue or decide to distance yourself from the person. Your actions in these situations reflect your commitment to your values. It's not about creating conflict. It's about respecting yourself by responding in a way that aligns with your beliefs. This approach can make a big difference in relationships. When others see that you have clear boundaries and are willing to enforce them, They understand what you will and won't accept. It's about nurturing self-respect and staying true to it. It's not just the big events that matter, but also the everyday moments. How do you react when plans change suddenly, or when someone doesn't value your time? Do you let it go, or do you calmly show through your actions that such behavior is unacceptable? This is where Stoic mindfulness comes into play. It's about being present and aware of how you respond in the moment. Are your actions aligned with your boundaries? Are you being true to yourself? Paying attention to these small moments is important because that's often where your boundaries are truly tested. As we go through our day and interact with others, we should strive to embody Stoicism in expressing our boundaries. It's not about being rigid or unyielding. It's about having an inner guide that shapes our actions and responses. And believe me, when you take this approach, people notice. They begin to see you as someone who not only sets boundaries, but also values themselves enough to uphold them. Imagine you value honesty and someone lies to you. Your reaction to the situation is crucial. You might calmly confront the person or decide to distance yourself from them. Your response in that moment shows your commitment to your values. It's not about causing conflict. It's about respecting yourself by acting in line with your beliefs. Setting and maintaining boundaries can be challenging, especially when emotions are involved. However, the wisdom of Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to choose our responses. If someone crosses a boundary, it's your actions that truly set and enforce that boundary, not just your words. Clear boundaries and consistent actions can greatly improve your relationships. When others see that you are serious about your boundaries, they learn what behaviors you will and won't accept. It's about fostering self-respect and being consistent with it. Consider everyday situations. How do you react when plans change abruptly or when someone... Lesson 6. Actions speak louder than words. Stoicism is all about using practical wisdom. It means judging people based on what they do, not just what they say. In our world, many people say nice things but don't follow through. This is especially true in relationships. Stoics advise us to look past charming words and focus on actions instead. Actions reveal the truth. Think about it. It's easy for someone to say all the right things, make promises, and paint a perfect picture of the future. But do their actions back up their words? That's where the real test lies. Let's be honest. We've all met someone who says amazing things, and we get enchanted. But over time, their actions don't match their words. They promise to call, but don't. They make plans and then cancel at the last minute. Yet we often cling to their words. This is where our inner Stoic needs to take charge. Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by words or overwhelmed by emotions. It's about being logical and seeing reality clearly. When someone's actions don't match their words, it's a warning sign. It's like the universe saying, "Hey, pay attention, something isn't right here." This mindset changes how you handle relationships. Instead of being swept away by sweet words and promises, you start noticing the details. How do they act under pressure? Do they keep their promises? Are they truly there for you, not just in words, but in actions? Here's the interesting part. When you focus on what people do, instead of just what they say, you set a higher standard. You're telling them, "I'm not just listening to your words, I'm watching your actions." This makes a big impact. They realize they can't just talk their way into your life. They have to prove they are genuine and worthy of your trust. But remember, this isn't about being negative or doubting everyone. It's about being wise and protecting your feelings with some stoic insight. It means not letting emotions carry you away, but staying realistic. So let's remember, pay attention to actions, not just words. Approach love with a stoic mindset. Be logical, observant, and thoughtful, because in the end, actions speak louder than words. Lesson 7. Cultivating healthy skepticism. Stoicism and reality are closely linked. Stoics believed in understanding situations as they are, not as we wish them to be. This philosophy is particularly useful in love and dating. We've all experienced it, haven't we? When someone says all the right words, we're eager to believe them. Even when there are warning signs, we choose to overlook them. This is where adopting a stoic mindset can be beneficial. Being appropriately skeptical is akin to possessing a superpower. It doesn't imply being pessimistic or distrustful. Rather, it's about staying realistic and not accepting everything blindly. It involves being observant, asking questions, and not rushing into things without some careful consideration. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone new, and they appear fantastic. They're saying all sorts of lovely things, even talking about a future together. But it's only been a short time. Your skeptical stoic mindset would advise you to take it easy, to wait and see if their actions align with their words, and to observe how things progress. It's like a gentle reality check, urging you not to get swept away in romance and to stay grounded and mindful. This skepticism isn't about bombarding the other person with questions or doubting their every move. Instead, it's about being thoughtful. It means not only listening to what they say, but also observing their actions. It involves taking the time to truly understand someone, to see if they're consistent and genuine. The Stoics emphasized using logic and reason, not just being carried away by emotions. In relationships, this approach is crucial. When emotions dominate, we may overlook important details. But when we combine our feelings with a dose of skepticism and logical thinking, we enable ourselves to see things more clearly. And here's another important aspect. It's about safeguarding your heart. By maintaining a bit of skepticism, you're not rushing into something without certainty. You're allowing yourself the opportunity to grasp the true nature of the other person, rather than projecting your desires onto them. So let's keep in mind the importance of adopting a hint of Stoic skepticism. It's about being intelligent, attentive, and not letting emotions carry us away. It's about protecting ourselves and our emotional well-being. It's not about shutting ourselves off, but about approaching new opportunities with careful consideration and wisdom. Lesson 8. Saying no with confidence. In Stoicism, it's important to stick to your values and have the bravery to stay true to yourself. This is especially relevant when it comes to saying no in relationships. It means understanding your beliefs and not hesitating to maintain your expectations, even if it causes some disruption. Imagine you're in a relationship and your partner proposes something that doesn't feel good to you. It could be moving too quickly or asking you to do something against your values. The simple choice might seem to go along with it, but this is where your Stoic mindset becomes crucial. Saying no in these situations is all about valuing yourself, your beliefs, and your limits. Let's be real. This isn't a walk in the park. It can be super tough, especially when you care about the person. That little voice in your head keeps whispering, what if saying no pushes them away? But hey, here's the thing. We've got to summon our courage. Stoicism isn't just about dealing with outside stuff. It's also about tackling our inner struggles head-on. Saying no is all about self-respect. It's about demonstrating that you hold yourself in high regard and won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Granted, it comes with a risk. You might end up losing them. However, here's the important point. If refusing something that contradicts your values pushes someone away, then perhaps they weren't the right match for you in the first place. Taking this approach can truly transform the dynamics of a relationship. When someone realizes that you're unafraid to say no and that you won't compromise your values just to please them, it changes how they see you. It demonstrates that you have self-respect and that you value yourself. And let me tell you, that's incredibly appealing. And here's another Stoic perspective. Saying no isn't just about establishing boundaries with others. It's also about being truthful with yourself. It's about recognizing your genuine desires and needs in a relationship and sticking to them. It's about not allowing the fear of loneliness to push you into decisions that aren't aligned with your true self. Let's pause and reflect on this. Let's affirm that saying no is not just acceptable, but essential. It's about staying authentic to ourselves, living with integrity. As the Stoics emphasized, it's about nurturing relationships founded on mutual respect and sincere connection, rather than fear and concession.